Welcome to Against All Oddities, the podcast about three brothers coming to terms with the oddly true and the truthfully odd. In this episode, we explore the Three-Eye Atlas mystery, a case that blends advanced aerospace technology, covert defense operations, and a growing cloud of online speculation. But true to form, we spend more of our time talking about old trucks, Project Bluebeam, the speed of light, objective acceptance, Whitley Strieber, the fourth mind, the year 2027, nonlinear time, AI, and manifestation for good measure. So join us on this journey through the known, the unknown, and the speculative space in between. This is Against All Oddities!
Hey, welcome to Against All Oddities, where we talk about secret lands and the occult and the paranormal and, interstellar objects that could be aliens. And also, I'm learning how to play the penny whistle.
Play it.
I'm youngest brother Tim.
Middle brother Chris.
Nate.
Just so you know, I've been practicing every now and then. And some of you might recognize this as one of the better songs. Hold on. All right, hold on. And as you just heard, that was my rendition of a very famous Beethoven song from Fellowship Chapter's opening scene. Anyway, so there's a giant alien spaceship coming to us from outside of our galaxy. Chris, why don't you tell us about
it? Yeah, I can do that.
Or do you want to do updates first?
Let's do updates.
We just teased with a little bit of like exciting stuff. So Nate, you do updates first.
The comet.
It's an asteroid.
It's a comet.
It's not a comet. It's
not a comet.
Three-Eye Atlas.
It's pretending to be a comet. Is the theory?
Okay.
So, but we'll get into it. My updates. I don't have any updates. I finally got my truck. Okay, I'll give you the updates. I bought a truck.
What?
Off of Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, you did buy a truck.
Yeah, and so I couldn't find a truck, and I'm so mature now. I am the most mature person I've been in the last 48 years of buying.
Yeah.
Well,
are you 48
I've been
years
buying
old?
car. I'm 48 years old. I've been buying car. Yeah, I
God.
know, dude.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
all right.
We're pushing 50 soon.
All right, let's get okay.
That.
Nate,
back
if you
that
turn
up.
50, we all turn 50. You can't do it.
Back it off. Yeah, but my maturity is about a 28-year-old. So
That's true.
like everybody's like, how do you have a daughter? You look much younger than your age to have a daughter of 22. I was like, this outside part might not look as old as I am, but my insides are all Slim Jims and Monster Energy drinks.
You know what's happened at work just 2 days ago? Somebody was like, "Oh man, how'd you get that black eye?" And I was like, "I just work here, man. Like, I just I have raccoon eyes. They legit thought I had a black eye."
My career, I gotta say, I don't know. But so let me go back to how mature I am.
Yeah,
It took me a long time. I don't
so
even,
mature.
I lost count. We had that Cars episode. I don't even know how many things I've owned. I go through cars like
you do.
I think you were like 26 or something.
It's insane.
Oh no, I crossed over 30 like years ago. We did the podcast. I was at 29. So who knows what I am. And here's the thing. Like anyway, so how mature I am. I needed a beater truck. The engine's toast on my awesome 1990 F-150. I'm gonna give it to the kid that I sold my tractor to, like one of my older, crappier tractors, who fixed it up. He bought it with his own money, fixed it up, and helped his dad cut the hay. They have a hay farm all
man, how
summer.
old was that kid?
12. And so
You're
I was
kidding.
No, and
what
he
a cool
fixed
kid. That's so awesome he did that.
Oh, it's amazing. And the family is amazing. They all came over and I made them twist my arm to get a discount on my case tractor that barely ran. But anyway, I called them. I was like, come get the truck whenever you want. It's his. And I figured by the time he gets it running, he'll be 16 and then have a cool truck to drive around in. And somebody will love the truck still. It won't just go to like, if I give it
somewhere.
NPR or something, it'll just be
You know
toast.
what's happened, Nate, though, is that kid found a monkey's paw and wished for a truck. And he got your truck that needs a
Yeah.
new
Oh,
transmission and an engine and a clutch.
no,
or
they are now
whatever.
my disposal surface of lawn ornaments. So, but anyway, but I love it in a good way. I'm not
Wait, did
downing
you
it.
give him the lawn tractor that
No,
plays the War
Not
of the
the 80s
World
one.
sound?
Yes, I sold that
Oh,
to him. He
The
paid
one that
for it
goes.
himself. The white one, and I did some like tricked it out when I got it. It's a case, and we wrote Justin. Mary wrote Justin in front of it. He still has it. He didn't paint over it. He fixed it up, and it still says Justin
Does it
Case.
still have the horn that goes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll send you a picture of the kid.
Does
in a
he
minute.
know that that's from War of the Worlds?
He will not.
No.
He was
no.
born before at that.
Okay.
But
He was
anyway,
born like in 2012 or something.
I love crappy trucks. I think that
Yeah.
was my fifth F-150. Anyway, so I went on Facebook Marketplace looking for trucks. It's really hard. I want a truck for the farm truck. I want something that has a single cab, 8-foot bed, 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's all I want too. That's all you need.
Possible to find.
Yeah, that's called
Right?
a work truck. And
It's which happened is what happened. But the problem with that's like the diamond in the rough, because either it's like got 1 billion miles on it and beat to hell, or it doesn't exist, right? And everything's 4-door, small bed, but I want it to haul fencing and stuff and gravel. I don't want to spend a lot of money on a truck. So anyway, long story, my maturity thing. I was looking for the perfect truck and I found it, or so it looked on Facebook Marketplace. Like it was like $7,000 or something. For 7,500 maybe is what they were asking. A 1988 restored F-150 stick shift inline 6-cylinder 4-wheel
Yeah, I'm like
drive.
I already like it. What color?
Black, new painted black, in the red inside bench seat. It was
Nice.
like the guy pulled up. It was glorious. It was glorious. I was like, meet me pull up to Bank of America. We'll walk inside and we'll get cash out or cashier's check. I want this truck. It's gonna be awesome. And we
Is
got
this
it.
the truck that you sent us? That like
The black one.
the black one? It is the black one.
Yeah, that I did not
Yeah,
buy.
I love that truck.
Here's
Why
where
did
I
you
got
buy?
mature, right? It was a piece of shit. So, and here's it looked good, right? And this
It
guy,
did look
and the
really
guy
good.
that was trying to help me
Had a
was trying to
slight
help
lift on it
this,
too. It looked
this
good.
older lady from his church sell the truck. Her husband fixed it up. He did an okay job fixing it up. It couldn't go into 4-wheel drive. I took it for the ride. It seemed underpowered for what I mean, extra underpowered, right? Like it was a couple cylinders weren't going. I felt it was so hard for me to say no, because it was everything I wanted in the truck.
It looked
Everything
like
I
a perfect
wanted,
truck.
literally the perfect truck. But I was like, this thing will leave me stranded on the side of the road. I'm going to spend more time broken fixing it or whatever, or trying to get somebody else. And I walked away, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. So
It was a Mad Max truck. I can't believe you.
It looked great. Yeah.
yeah, but that's the problem. We went to a dealership, and there's a truck they had, like a big used car dealership. It was a 2015 Silverado, single cab 4-wheel drive, 30,000 miles. He wanted $25,000 for it.
What?
The tires were dry rotted. Things were fogged over. The headlights. I was like, I would consider this, but you got to either put new tires and headlights on it or take off a couple grand so I could do it if I were to do it. Because my thought was, okay, if I buy a $25,000 truck, that's my lifetime truck. And it's got 29,000 miles. I will drive this truck literally for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're keeping the price. I was like, no, you guys, you can't have double blue book show, like whatever the blue book value is. So anyway, I left, and I ended up getting a terrible truck anyway. And you guys are going to like it.
I'm waiting to hear the maturity part of this. Like
It's not mature. I did not know I was mature for turning down the truck that I knew was going to break down on the way home.
Yeah.
The truck that I ended up getting, a Facebook Marketplace, exact same price as the black truck, but it is a 2013 Ford F-250.
Big.
Yeah, but it was an AT&T work truck, and it had this massive camper top on the back with the double doors on the back.
Oh, that's kind
I'll
of
send you
cool.
some pictures. And it had this light. It didn't work, but it had a spotlight on top and like it's this like GPS doohickey on top. And all these doodads on the dashboard. And then
Nate, that's the
cool.
redneck version of the Ecto 1.
yes, and then I'll send you a picture. Hold on. I'll send you guys a picture in a second. So anyway, so I get this truck. It only has 240,000 miles on it.
Oh, Nate. Oh, Nate.
240,000.
Oh, man.
Look at,
Out
but
of
here's
fi-
it
But
is
those
what
are all work
they're
miles.
AT&T miles. So
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Those are AT&T miles.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. It is spotless.
It
Zero
looks
rust.
spotless.
Zero rust. The inside is impeccable. Like never, it has a slight crease in one of the vinyl seats. The center console
Oh,
is
man.
literally a safe that opens and shuts. And so anyway, but here's the thing. I can't use that for the farm because of that giant top. And no one wanted that truck because no one wants the world's heaviest camper top. And there's all these tool things inside and a rusty inverter and all these lights that come on. And also the rear view mirror was just a camera thing and it had cameras on it. And one of them worked. You could look it through the cameras. Anyway, so I take it next to my work. There's a garage, Hanover Auto, which is amazing. It's a good place. I take it over there. So I was like, hey, look, do you want this camper top on this truck? He's like, dude, I'm not buying your camper top. I was like, I'm not asking you to buy it. I'm asking you to take it. He's like, and inspect it. The inspection, of course, was out. Came off some auction. I was like, and inspect it. He's like, all right. And so it was a couple days, and I could see him because it's out of my office window. I could see the garage. I see him drive over, drive it back up back. It was a couple days, and so I called him up after a couple days. It's like, hey, are you having trouble getting that top off? He's like, I'm getting there. We got a tractor out back. I think I can chain it up and get it off. I was like, look, I'm on the other side of Route 1, right, which is a 4 lanes, right, 2 lanes north, 2 lanes south. I was like, I have a forklift out back. If you want, I could try to Frogger my way across Route 1 with my forklift and get it. He's like that. His wife is the receptionist, and she's cracking up at that. She's like, ah. He's like, look, no. He's like, I got forks on the tractor. It's not that heavy. And so, like, I see him later. I see him take it around and come back with the camper top off.
You could pay somebody on Etsy to make a chainmail tailgate.
No. I just got a normal tailgate. I spray painted it white, but I did go to Advanced Auto to get the Ford white, which is on not exactly anywhere close to the truck color that's faded. Anyway, it
Dude,
runs
the Ford
great.
white spray paint can makes old man noises when you hit it. It goes.
Yeah, it does. It does do that. And then the top things, that light, the weird light, which I really wanted to work. I messed up with it for a while. Couldn't get it to work. And so I sawed off the stuff on the top. And then
It looks good.
Oh
I
my
bondoed
God.
it.
It looks
and
like
then,
a truck. You're right.
Yeah, now
I
it
liked
looks
it
like a
better with
normal
that
truck.
top, that camper top, because it either looked like you were the bad guy that was going to steal the puppies from the good guys, or you're
Yes.
going to spray paint it and turn the overhead light into your blacklight paranormal investigation truck, so you could pull up in an emergency. Like, I heard you need some paranormal research. Wee.
Yeah, like
Yes.
you said, redneck Ecto 1.
So
No, it's a good looking truck.
now it's a
wish it wasn't
normal-
The
white.
Hecto 1.
I know you guys don't like white trucks. I'm telling you, a 4-wheel drive, single cab, full-size bed truck does not exist.
It doesn't. I went looking
no.
as soon as you said that's what you're looking for, and I found one by accident. And by the time Alicia Tech, because her friend's dad died and had this old work truck that was
Dude,
two-door, 4-wheel
Yeah.
drive, had a bunch of miles on it. She was
Yeah.
asking $3,000.
exactly.
And so
That's what I want, Tim.
That's why I said, I was like, Alicia, text her. Nate will buy that right now. I will buy that for Nate and drive it up and charge Nate
Yeah.
$25 for the finder's fee. And then she called her right away, and she was like, yeah, my father-in-law bought that for $3,000, and the next day sold it for $3,500. He did it just to flip it for $500.
100 bucks.
3,500 is not enough.
You could have doubled it,
But it was a
probably.
24-hour turnaround, because apparently the guy listed it and it was gone immediately at the markup.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you
'Cause they
can't find
don't
those trucks. And
Exist.
the 240, I'm hoping is at some point the AT&T people change the transmission and the engine.
Can you drive it to an AT&T certified mechanic and be like, hey, the AT&T truck's
Can you
acting
pull
up?
us? Oh, guess what was in the glove compartment? The service. Well, there is a service book I hadn't looked at in gas cards for 10 years and a current one that doesn't expire. It doesn't expire until the end of 2026. No, I
Maybe
don't want to
don't
go
put
to
that
jail.
in the recording.
I don't want to. I'm not stealing their credit cards. So, but I will say it doesn't seem like you're using gas because there's a 32-gallon tank in it, but it uses gas the same amount as a car with a 14-gallon tank.
Yeah.
But it's 32 gallons. It gets about 14, 15 miles a gallon. But anyway,
Nate,
I love
my
truck.
F-150 is a 36-gallon tank and I get 14.5 miles per gallon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, whatever.
It
Big
happens.
square,
Anyway,
and it
this
doesn't
episode's
ride, bounces.
episode, isn't it?
It's okay.
Chris can
I'm
thin
gonna
it out.
cut this down. I'm gonna thin it
Chris
out.
will cut it down. I put some pictures of truck. There's my beautiful truck update. I love trucks. I'm now
It looks
mature.
good. It's a nice looking truck.
Yeah.
It is. It looks like the truck you wanted, just a regular.
I'm just waiting for you and Jay to have a couple beers and make it camouflage.
Yeah, it could be camo.
Yeah, but it's not.
Would
It
add
can't
a
be
fear
leaf
factor
camouflage.
to that
It's got to be like cats or like Bigfoot
UFOs. Yeah.
or like Ride the Lightning.
Yes.
Just
Or a
lightning
wrap.
all the way
How much
across.
does it cost to get a wrap? Can I get a Ride the Lightning wrap on it?
Well, that's
All right,
your update, Tim. What's yours?
We saw Weird Al Yankovic play in Raleigh, North Carolina.
He's
He was
amazing.
so much fun. He was so much fun.
Yeah, everyone likes Weird Al.
But it was really fun. But what was also cool is that the same day was GalaxyCon in Raleigh, and we stayed at the hotel that was hosting GalaxyCon.
Can you I don't know what a
MG.
I don't know what a GalaxyCon is.
It's a Comic Con, except it had it was a big one. But there they had 5 or 6 Marvel characters. Jack knew every single one of them. The main guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The guy, I almost paid $120 to get in for a day pass, and then an extra $120 for Jack, and then an extra $120 just to go do the meet and greet thing. Was Andy Serkis, the Gollum. That was also recently in Andor.
That's $360 a lot of.
I didn't do it because I did the math.
Quite a lot of money.
And there was also other stuff there. But what we did is we walked down.
Get Nate a new paint job for $360.
Oh,
right. Well,
I could get plenty of cans of spray paint at Walmart.
I didn't.
$300.
I didn't do it. But what we did do is we were waiting for the Weird Al concert to start, which was such a good trip because the concert was a block away from our hotel. We walked there, and getting into the Red Hat Theater, I will market them for free, was super easy. It was secure. We did the security thing. We went and bought Jack and Evelyn a t-shirt, and we were in our seats in less than 10 minutes. It was insane. And I sat next to this lady who was talking to me the whole time and was maybe a little socially awkward, but she started the conversation because I have a scar on my head, and she was like, "Did you have brain surgery?" And I said, "I sure did," but I didn't know where she was going. And she had glasses, but it had a sticker in the middle of the glasses. And I looked, and I could tell she had like some eye problems. She was like, "I am a 4-time survivor of brain cancer."
Oh my God.
Right. And so after that, Alicia was sending me texts because this woman really was very talkative. She was so excited. And Alicia was like, "Better you than me," just joking around that I sat next to somebody that wouldn't stop talking. And I said 4-time survivor brain cancer. And she started, Alicia started tearing up. And it was like, "Oh my God, be so nice to her." I was like, "What do you think I'm doing?" I never even got her name, but she was so cool. She'd seen Weird Al like 4 or 5 times, and she couldn't stand up in between the songs. So like everybody was actually really polite and sat down, so she was able to see the whole show. But it was just a different experience. But it was such a fun weekend. It was super fun. And then summer's ending, kids are going back to school, Jack's starting middle school.
Oh my gosh.
Which means we have to have the talk with him before he starts.
About which talk?
About what?
Which one do you think?
Teletubbies?
Yes. Anyway, Chris, what are your updates? I feel like that was obscure and got weird. So
yeah, that's what we do. We're obscure and get weird. I am leaving Maine. I'm driving slowly back to Louisiana. I'm currently in Vermont.
Not very far from Maine, Chris.
6 hours. It felt like a long
how long
drive.
is the hours from Maine to Louisiana?
Oh, I mean, I've got days to. It's like 2,000 miles. It's a 2,000-mile drive.
But
But
what
I'm
time do you leave in
going.
the morning?
Well, I'm going a weird route because I'm going to go to a wedding in Ithaca, so I'm kind of going
That's
way
right.
west.
But
And then
what
I'm
time do
gonna.
you leave in the morning to start that 6 hours?
I left at 2 p.m.
That's so late. That's so
I
late.
know. I don't have the kid and the wife with me. I had to clean
Because
my shop. I had
5 a.m. to 11 a.m. does not seem bad, but 2 to 8 seems awful.
Yeah, I ate dinner at 8 and then like got to the hotel just enough time to like set up the microphone and start talking to you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much updates. I summer was we had a good group of students, but like I'm overworked. I gotta change my life. I gotta do some stuff. I had some pretty rough moments this summer and I had some health issues, including the story which I cut last time, but my 2-year-old kicked me in the balls and I got a septic infection from that injury that almost killed me. And then I also, which involved me going to the ER and all sorts of fun thing where I had 6 different nurses handle my reproductive organs, including an hour long it took an hour for them to do an ultrasound on all my
You mean
parts.
they were doing the ultrasound for an hour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you go to your happy place while that was happening?
You just
Meditate your
I
way?
was just trying to make all the nurses like me. I
Chris's
don't
happy
know.
place was on
Cracking
fire.
jokes. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
cracking
Hey,
jokes.
Chris,
They
did
all
you?
felt bad for me. They're like, this sucks, dude. I was like, it really sucks.
I mean, I get
So they were like being really, I swear one of the nurses wanted to hug me afterwards, but like knew that wasn't appropriate. It's like, and I was like, yeah, you'll never see me again for the rest of my life.
you hope you never see them again.
Yeah.
My kid
But
kicked me again.
well, I
So the
know.
doctor walked in and Chris was like, "Where should I put my pants?" And the doctor said, "Over in the corner with mine."
I had a rough summer. I got it. I also, it turns out, have horrible blood pressure. Um and I
I
need.
like how you talk about how stressed you are and all this other stuff, and you're like, "I don't know why my blood pressure is so high."
You literally said I seem cool on the outside, but I'm always freaking out on the inside and have terrible
Yeah, I mean,
anxiety.
I had like my brain stopped working. I had like a pretty intense like panic attack at one point from the stress this summer. And like I had to like try to read Rowan a bedtime story because he was screaming at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I could not do it. My brain would not read a sentence. Um
Dude,
I need to fix some stuff.
You know what?
Here's
You
a
know what you could do?
I need to lose some
Some
weight. I need to get my heart
meditation.
fixed. I
You,
need
you,
to meditate.
you know what, Mary? What?
I was going to
So
bring meditation up. Have you been doing that?
No, I've been working and stressed out.
yeah, me too. But I like force myself in the morning, like to do 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and
No,
it's like
I need to do it. Like it was bad enough this summer that I'm like, no, this is like literally gonna kill me. So I need like soon.
that's what I got. That's when I signed up for stuff is when I got to that point. But here's a
Yeah.
crazy thing about meditation. So Mary went to the doctor, her doctor or whatever, or it wasn't the doctor. She's getting in home physical therapy like that. It costs the same amount, like $30 copay or whatever, but they come to your house. Anyway, they were here and they uh took her heartbeat or whatever, or blood pressure or
Vitals.
whatever,
Yep.
or maybe it was at the doctor and they had her on something where you see it and they go, "Oh, you're a meditator," and they're like, she was like, "What are you talking about? Your breathing and heart rhythm, I can immediately tell you meditate." And and Mary was like debating. She's like, "I don't know if it's doing anything." But like some doc, whatever nurse or
Yeah.
whatever is like, "Oh, I can see from your heart rhythms that you meditate all the time." And she was like, "How did you know that?"
That's awesome.
It's legit been an hour, and we haven't even started talking about the subject matter.
No, I mean, first off, they don't know how long it's been. I'm gonna edit some shit. But okay, so yeah, we're talking about the third interstellar body that's about to enter our orbit. Which is kind of wild. Like, isn't that kind of part of what's crazy? Is we had a few hundred years without interstellar like bodies, and now we've
Because
had
we
3.
didn't see them, they're probably coming by
Okay,
all of the time, right? But now we have the technology to see them.
let's pretend our audience doesn't know what an interstellar object is. What specifically are you talking about, Chris?
Have you seen the movie Earth Girls Are Easy?
with Jim Carrey. I
Jim
started to watch
Carrey.
it when it was on TV when I was like in the
It's
5th grade, and
unwatchable.
Mom came by and went, "Nope," and turned it off. And that I have never seen.
Well, it's not because it's bad to watch. It's because you should not see Gina Davis and what's it, the fly guy,
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum and Jim Carrey in a single movie. Like,
No, it's like oil and water.
yeah.
Yeah, so what are we talking about? We're talking about Three Eye Atlas, or
Alien.
following the Aumauai, which is what we talked about like a couple of years ago.
I thought it was
I thought it was
Umami.
Umwamwa or Umau or something.
Amunami.
But that one was, that was an interstellar object that was cigar shaped, but it was going head over heels, like spinning like a ninja star through our freaking solar system. And when it left, everybody expected it just to leave, but it blew everyone's minds because it accelerated as it left. It was supposed to go at a consistent speed, but it sped up when it was leaving.
Yeah,
and nobody can explain why it did that.
And it, I don't know if you guys know this, but they also recorded it making this noise. The
probe that Chewbacca blew up.
Yeah, it's an Imperial probe. That then they sent this new one that's coming. What is this shape? Where is it? When is it supposed to come near us?
Yeah. Do you want me to go? Or you know it?
Yeah, you go.
Do it.
All right. So a few things. I'm going off memory because I need to find my glasses to read what I wrote down. But so it's an interstellar. It's a comet that's flying through our solar system, and it's at a speed in a trajectory that they know just by it's coming straight to the middle, and at the speed that it's going to exit our solar system as well. And the pretense that it's not a comet comes from I'll get the names in a second, but one scientist said it's like a fraction of a percent of a chance that it's
like 0.05% chance that
it was 0.052.
It was Avi Loeb, a Harvard astrophysicist, Avi Loeb, Loeb, authored a controversial non-peer-reviewed paper saying that certain anomalies, speed, trajectory, and non-gravitational motion could be interpreted as signs of artificial origin. So what's happening is it's going super fast. They've seen it for a while, but it's coming in. It's about a 7 mile long thing. It's coming in. It's going to pass Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. It's going through an inner orbit, and it's hitting all of the planets. And the weird thing is, the Earth is going to be the opposite side of the sun, so we're not going to be able to see it. And then, and the alien invasion speculation that you're saying, partly from the paper and partly from the internet being stupid, is that we wouldn't be able to see if it's an attacking us. It's this big thing. It'll send all its drones and probes out at us from the sun, so we wouldn't be able to. It's hard to see things coming if you're staring at the sun.
You're backlit,
yeah. But then it's going to leave the solar system and shoot by Jupiter. And the cool thing is, we as like NASA, retasking the Juno space probe around Jupiter to go check it out.
Because they can go intercept it while it leaves towards Jupiter.
Yeah, and that's over the next 2 years. Yeah.
But what if it doesn't pass us? What if it stops and hangs out?
Oh, that would be it. Hey, why not? I mean, this time in history, we would be like, whatever. But the thing is, it is a comet. It does have a cloud that's starting to outgas. It is like pure water. It's not like a normal cloud.
The light's kind of in front of it, which is weird. It has a lot of weird physical characteristics.
There are weird properties about it. Like, let's say, why is it labeled as? Let me go through like my summary that, by the way, I had ChatGPT help with.
You don't have to tell people. People just assume that's the thing.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, comet-like behavior. Shortly after the discovery, they detected a faint coma and tail. Right, which means
coma.
A visible
C-O-M-A, coma. I thought it was coma, but I could be.
I thought it was coma too.
I'm kind of dumb. right?
So it doesn't matter. Anyway,
anyway,
keep going.
Named it. That's where the atlas comes from. It's the thing. Orbital characteristics. It has a distinctly hyperbolic trajectory and very high speed, confirming it came from outside the solar system. Its path is inconsistent with gravitational boosts from planets, solidifying its interstellar. So we could kind of see from an orbital path, like all the comets in the Oort cloud that are going around us, right? Every once in a while they come in from and that's from the formation of our solar system. Imaging evidence, high-resolution images from Hubble and Gemini North show a dusty coma around the nucleus and ongoing sublimation of volatiles as it approaches the sun. By the way, it's still in a very cold part of outer space. It's not going to heat up till it gets closer to the sun. And even then, it's going to be so far away from Earth, you won't be able to see it with the naked eye. But our probes on Mars, when it gets close by Mars, and if there's anything orbiting Venus, should be able to see the full comet-like features if we retest.
We gotten to when that's going to happen yet?
Yeah, we have the timeline. I'll get into that. So, physical and spectral analysis in photometry show it's behaving similar to known outer solar system comets. Ground-based observations.
Wait, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second, and then I'm going to interrupt you, and then you keep giving us the information. Just because, what was the name of the Harvard professor?
Avi Loeb.
Just for the sake of editing, let's just speculate that Avi Loeb's daughter is Lisa Loeb?
Yes.
So that I can play the
only Lisa Loeb song we know.
I never heard dear.
Because I think that's a good song to have underneath Nate's facts.
You said you never came to our galaxy, and then I see you coming on your coming tail.
I hope. Can we get a picture of Avi Loeb and put Lisa Loeb glasses on him? Like the little point at the weird 90s pointy.
Yes, the cat's eye, like thick cat's eye glasses on. All right, continue. I'm always thinking about my editing.
So anyway, spectral analysis, everything. It really looks like it's a weakly active comet. Also, we think it entered our orbital space 8,000 years ago, right? Like it's been around. And also, scientists think it's 7 billion years old, so it's very old, which is also really cool to study because we can see the makeup of another solar system or the proto solar system from somewhere far away.
No, I definitely think it'd be awesome if we intercepted it, just because it's cool.
It would be cool. So we either send the satellite to crash into Jupiter to check out its atmosphere, because they're going to burn it up into Jupiter, or
didn't we just do that?
Yeah, we do that sometimes.
It was so cool. I love watching that video.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, or you can send the spacecraft out and do the same thing on the comet, but it would go into its tail and then can do the same analysis on all the gases and particles in its tail, which would be really cool too. So anyway, here's the speculate. Do you want the speculation on why?
No. I want you to. No, you go for it.
All right. So here is some things why people are thinking it's alien technology and why, because Mary kept talking about why is my Facebook feed keep talking about this stuff. Avi Loeb, Lisa Loeb's dad, the Harvard astrophysicist, and he also has collaborators, made this paper.
They're probably literally the same age. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, trajectory near planets notes that 3I Atlas's path passes relatively close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, a rare alignment that could aid in gathering astronomical data from planetary orbits. By the way, that's some math if you're traveling 7 billion years or even 8,000 years to know exactly what planets you're going to pass. Non-gravitational acceleration. The object may exhibit acceleration unexplained by outgassing, which is usually common in comets, but unsatisfactory here, they argue.
Yeah.
Outgassing. So what it's saying is it's speeding up, but not because it's getting lighter or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be outgassing a lot because it's still in cold space. Strategic sun eclipse. The Perihelion passage occurs behind the sun from the Earth's vantage point, possibly hinting at stealth or timing. So it's like timing itself. It's like I was saying.
Yeah, it's like rotating, like we're rotating around the sun, and then it comes behind us as we're at the
well,
sun.
it will be on the opposite side of the sun from
so
us,
it could send probes
so
at us.
it can get us, or it can do whatever. We can't see shit if it's if from the sun coming at you. Kind of like if you're staring at a flashlight, you can't see, like, you know, something coming
Who's
at
holding it? Yeah.
you. Yeah. So strategic sun eclipse, cautionary thought experiment. Loeb frames the idea largely as an exercise encouraging open mind inquiry while also referencing the dark forest hypothesis. Whereas interstellar civilizations may act covertly or defensively because, say, we're sending radio waves, we're like 40,000 light years away, or like we have all these radio waves everywhere, right? Traveling super fast. And what they're worried about is what if there are aggressive species out there that, oh, we see something, we want to stomp them out before they get technically advanced enough to come get us. So they would go like wipe out or colonize or squash the planet. And so that's the dark forest. That's why we don't hear radio signals all the time, or all these different civilizations seeing around, because everyone's hiding in the dark forest.
Because there's like lions, and we're like the ones, like we're the dumb monkey
we're
in
just
the middle of the Serengeti going,
tree frog.
hello,
anybody
we're a tree
out
frog
here?
Yeah, that's the
Rabbit?
plot of the 3-body problem.
Yes, yeah. So you know, I think personally, I think it's a comet, but I really love the idea of what not being alone in the universe. Not that because there are trillions and trillions and trillions of everything, but time is so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, and there's a really cool video I watched on Instagram that explains, like, I enjoyed physics in college because the Pythagorean theorem actually shows you the time dilation, like of, you know, the faster you go, time slows down. And or like relative, it's Einstein's theory of relativity, actually. So it's a relative thing. So the faster you go, your time moves the same, but because you're speeding up away from something, it increases the time difference between the two of you. And there's a really cool video explaining this in a different way that I never considered before. But like, say we are 100 light years away from an alien civilization, and we're at the exact same timeline, but we're just 100,000 light years away, right? And they're living their lives, we're living ours on different planets. But if one of them gets in a spaceship, we're at the same timeline as that planet, right? And it shoots off going really fast and still farther away from us. It changes its alignment with us. No longer is that spaceship at our same timeline. It's now at the time of the dinosaurs, because we're so far apart of it. So its current timeline is now the dinosaurs timeline, like where it is the time dinosaur moment, or it's just, or if it heads towards us, now it's the future. It's really cool. Time is like it's like part of everything, and it's nothing at the same time. I enjoy the thought experiment. Not to go, that's probably
no. I mean, but that's why it's all interesting.
Tim, what do you think? Is it a comet or the V-like spaceship from the 80s with lizards?
Okay, so I in my I want to believe Molder brain. I would say it's not a comet. Do I actually believe that? I don't know. We'll see. It's so bizarre of a concept right now, something that's so far away from us, that's traveling towards our solar system, that we're making speculations about what's inside of it and whether it's smart or not. I don't think that question's really gonna like affect us at all. So it doesn't really matter if we answer it or not. But unless you believe it's an intelligent design, then we should be prepared and or scared of it, because then it's coming to observe us, it's coming to conquer us, it's coming to, you know, communicate with us and be friendly. Like, that's the point. If you don't think it's an intergalactic being, then why would you give a shit outside of just cool space knowledge? But anybody that's at all worried about it or interested in this thinks it's something intelligent in some way, shape, or form. And that's kind of where I'm at. I also have a conspiracy theory that I'll share after Chris does his part. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I feel like it could be intelligent based on what people are saying. But if it comes and goes, then I was wrong, and who cares? And then if it is something intelligent, we'll find out.
So I heard a word today that I liked, which is called objective acceptance, which I really like. Which was,
can I get a T-shirt that says that?
This says objective acceptance, and it's basically, it's like, I believe that everything is possible, but I will, so that you're super open-minded about literally everything. However, you'll use your own rationality to decide whether or not each case is true or not, which sounds kind of obvious, like, oh, well, isn't that what everyone does?
Subjective acceptance.
I don't know. I didn't make up the term. I think there's just like a lot of people who's like, nope, it's not possible, and so they won't really ever give it any credibility. I think it could be. I kind of follow the Neatcast guys on this one, in that too much media is paying attention to it for it to be real. You know what I mean? It's like, if they were trying, like, it seems like a distraction right now, so it makes me not super like super into it, because I'm like,
so if there were less people talking about it, you would believe it more?
kind of feel like, don't you think? Sometimes I'm like,
but if it's cataclysmic, how do we not know? How do we not talk about it?
Have you seen the movie Don't Look Up?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that being said, Chris, do you have let me bring up Project Bluebeam. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
All right. So before I get into that, I found the correct quote from Brian Cox that I'm going to play right now, and it's going to be bad audio, but Chris can put in the good one here in a second.
If you send it to me.
All right, I just did. So this is just playing off of Nate's point a second ago, just so we can all hear it together. Here.
Close the speed of light, then distances shrink from your perspective. And the one number I always have in my mind is at the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, the protons go around the ring, which is 27 kilometers in circumference, and they go around at 99.999999% the speed of light. At that speed, distances shrink by a factor of 7,000. And so that ring is something like 4 meters in diameter to the protons. So according to the laws of physics, if you can build a spacecraft that goes very close to the speed of light, you could traverse to the Andromeda Galaxy, and therefore the time it takes to get there, in principle, in a minute. However, the downside is if you came back to the Earth at that speed to tell everybody what you'd found, at least 4 million years would have passed on the Earth. We could, in principle, explore the galaxy and beyond, but getting to chat to everybody about what you found is forbidden.
So it's just something to think about, Ed. So Nate's right. So if the last time this thing passed by was 8,000 years ago, that was when Homo sapiens and another form of evolutionary humans were walking around.
It started entering our star system 8,000 years ago.
Yeah,
right.
It has never passed us.
Like it was heading. It got close enough, like to be considered, part of our solar system 8,000 years ago.
Which is also, so that's what that means. It's been on a similar trajectory for 8,000 years since we were still connected and humans were leaving Africa to approach China and other continents, but hadn't yet
I think we were
populated
recovering
those
from the Great Flood still. Right?
Yeah.
ChatGPT suggested on our podcast, by the way, we connected that these are the Atlanteans coming back.
Nice.
Well, that's a thing. So we can talk about the comment. I mean, we've been talking for a while, so I don't think it's like we need too much filler, but this can also just kind of extend into like general alien talk, because I've been listening to the Whitley Strieber book, the new one called The Fourth Mind.
Before you get into the Fourth Mind, should we talk about Project Bluebeam or wait?
Yeah. I forgot. You interrupted yourself on that.
Because I wanted to play that quote. So Project Bluebeam is along the lines of conspiracy theory, very much, not like legitimate theory or anything. That the world government is going to fabricate a celestial supernatural event like aliens invading as a way to install the New World Order.
Sure.
So there was a journalist named Serge Monast that introduced this in the 90s. He was Canadian, that the whole New World Order was going to be under the leadership of the Antichrist. So relying on a new age or religion, they're going to rely on technology and technological deception, saying that NASA and NATO were going to get together to try to manipulate not just the U.S. but the whole world with these holographic projections of religious figures and simulated alien invasions. In four steps: triggering earthquakes to reveal staged archaeologic findings to discredit religion, projecting holographic images of religious figures and alien invasions into the sky to create confusion, and then using mind control technology to manipulate thoughts and create illusion. And then finally, staging a global invasion or rapture event to install fear and justify.
I am not a follower of Bluebeam. I don't think it's
The
real
new
at all. It just
authoritarian.
sounds stupid.
I'm not
anything
saying
with the New World Order problem, and my problem with that book that I gave you, Tim, is that I will tell you everyone's incompetent and everyone is a dumbass, and there
Yeah,
is, you know,
there's no way they could pull it off.
I am not saying I believe this. I'm just saying it is relevant to our topic of conversation, and
I
people
think it's
are
extra relevant.
right now are bringing Bluebeam up again because of the drone sightings. They're saying that's our government's poor attempt at simulating alien
Yeah, no, I'm
invasions.
not saying the governments would make poor attempts, but there's no way they could pull any of that off. Like it's
No, they're out there. Everyone's a dumbass. But I will say what Tim hit a chord, right? And that, and it came up at lunch. We were having lunch today. It came up at work and other stuff. Is everyone has a feeling, and like everything goes to 2027. Oh, aliens. Oh, AGI. Oh, the collapse of society. Oh, war. Everything. The invasion of Taiwan. All this stuff. Everything circling around 2027 seems to be like a year. And there's an anxiety, a cultural and world, and everyone feels it. And I don't think it's necessarily bad, right? Like with the AI stuff, can be good. We've talked about all this, or bad, depending on how you use it. But like everybody feels the change coming. And like Mary was talking about how crazy said some Gen Z like dude come in here to fix our thing under warranty or HVAC thing. But she was saying, oh, he's kind of weird and just kind of spaced out wandering around. I was like, yeah, because everybody knows something's changing. And if I were a 20-year-old or something and like, hey, all the college degrees are now useless. Great. Thanks for stacking on the debt. Hey, you can never buy a house. Can it? I feel like everybody knows something's building up, right? Also, there's a giant sucking sound of all the money coming out of the economy and everybody else. So something's happening. Everyone feels it, and you can't put a word on it. And there's an apprehensive, like thought to the future, and it's all pointing to a couple years from now. I think it's more of a sixth sense or something that we're feeling in seeing it. We can't put a word to it, but I think the Project Bluebeam thing that Tim brought up is a perfect example of it. And like something's going to change, something's going to happen drastically, and I think it's going to happen in about 2 years. And my prediction is about the same. A year from now, things are going to get weird, and things will be unrecognizable in 2 years. So I mean, like just different. Things are going to be different. Not good, not bad. I don't know. Like people are very adaptable, but things are changing and getting weird. And everybody knows that it's hard to put it into something we can understand as like
I
a
feel like I would
dummy.
like believe the Atlas thing better if it was coming close to Earth in 2027, but it's supposed to be closest to Earth in like December 19th, 2025. So
you know why I don't believe Bluebeam? 100% why I don't. You know who's peddling it a little bit?
Who
is Rosie O'Donnell.
Yep, there you go.
Sure. Yeah. We somehow became, what was the first reality show on MTV? Real World. Yeah, we are now living in the real world, right? But not the real world. We're living on the some weird projection of MTV from the 90s.
There's also like the whole world is a simulation, which maybe simulation could be reality TV show, and the aliens will never blow us up, like Travis Schuyler said, because we're their favorite channel.
I
We
agree
are their
with,
favorite
well,
channel.
we're our own favorite channel. So we talk about reincarnation and stuff all the time. And then we talk about or-
Prison Planet.
like even Prison Planet or every religion on the name a religion that doesn't have something to do with like, hey, we're here to learn to be, to choose whether we go to heaven or hell or what about
Flying
free
spaghetti
choice, blah
monster.
blah blah. So it's everybody believes in a simulation theory outside of like a chemist or a scientist, right? That's like more materialist.
A materialist, yeah.
But even the materialist stuff, if you get deep down into it, like the CERN thing, like, oh wait, we're all just standing waves of energy. There's more space than
Yeah.
there's no actual physical anything. Atoms are, and every electron could be the exact same electron shared across an energy field of electrons, right? And that explains why you can have simultaneous or faster than light communication by using entangled particles, whatever, or electrons.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I got distracted for a second because my boss at work just emailed or texted me asking, he was like, hey, random, super late. Sorry. Do you have pictures of stuffed chipmunks?
Yes.
I
Yes, you
believe I
do.
do. I
I just
believe
sent him
I
about
believe
8.
I do.
Um, so what do we do with this information? That's the next
What information?
question. Let's say that interstellar object, we know it's coming. Plus minus its
We send a
intelligent
probe
design
to
or
go
not.
check it out, which we're talking
Yeah,
about
Could
doing.
we?
I
Could
yes.
like what do we so what do we do? What do we do? Let's say we send the probe out and it says, yeah, there's somebody on that ship.
Look, there's
Is it
nothing to do.
Predator?
That's why you can't stress out about it,
So what's
because
the
it's like
point? Yeah, and like that's the other thing is like this has to be from
Knowledge.
scientific inquiry more
Are
than
you
like.
curiosity, if
But
anything?
that what Nate was just saying about the vibes being off, you know what that means in mass is panic, buy bullets and guns and food and bury it and do all this stuff. But like
That sounds like
is that
what
gonna?
Roanoke people do.
I
that's
mean,
what
I've already
Roanoke
done
people
that.
do.
I've already
I
done that.
know,
Nate,
but
you have too, and Chris, you have a little bit too. So it's not just you can't say it's
Oh,
just.
but
no.
there's a difference. Like, so, and this came up today too, because everyone's like, we're
Like,
talking
can we
about.
start learning alien sign language?
I would
Like, how do
love
we
to.
start? How
No,
do we
I
start with it?
agree. Go with Close Encounter song. And if you, I imagine that today. At this, I'm not kidding. Like before the like I got home from work and I was sitting on the couch. I was like, I wonder, if aliens come and one just opens my front door and walks in, how do I communicate? The dogs are about to come and freak you out. Like, like, can I intercept the dogs without scaring the thing? Because Ruby and Ozzy are either going to tear it up or bark at it. And I was trying to imagine an image that I could project to the alien. I'm imagining a gray like hobbling in, right? The front door, be like, whoa, 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 I got dogs. Let me talk to you outside for a second. Don't either zap my dog and and he might bite you. So you need to go outside. I'll come out and we could talk about probing or whatever we need to talk about, but you got to get out of the house or you
Well,
got to chill
so
with the dogs.
to bring it back to Whitley Strieber, who has
Yeah.
lots of experiences with Greys. Whitley Strieber
And
wrote the book,
Nordics.
yeah, and the blue ones too, but wrote the book Communion in 1987, the Christopher Walken movie 89. It has the very famous cover of a gray that we all like kind of remember.
Which
He would
strikes a chord.
say
That's worth noting, right? Like the
no,
cover of
he
the
says
book.
that he says the alien told him how to explain that image is part of the Grey's plan to have that enter the cultural zeitgeist, to start triggering memories. But that he's on the idea that these are sabers, or like synthetic astrobiological extraterrestrial races, so that the Greys are, they're like machines that they project their consciousness into, so they're kind of
Yeah.
disposable bodies. I think we're all kind of on board with that. It makes the most sense. But he talks about the first time you see them or they look at you. That's the new cover of the book of The Fourth Mind, which I'm reading now. is the same picture, but without the visor on. So the black eyes that everyone's used to and the gray are actually like, they're like
Contacts.
sunglasses for space. And they actually have big eyes like us, and that they exist outside of time. That's part of their infatuation with us, because when you depart the like linear time, you get very bored in a way. Like that's
Oh, I'm sure.
oversimplifying
Yeah.
it, but like because you have all the information, because you're no longer in linear time. So they're interested in us because we're so completely attached to linear time. But that when you first make eye contact and they like stare at you with their pupils, they know your entire life and your previous 20 lives or whatever. They know everything. So they already know about the dogs and that they're actually pretty cool. And that it's terrifying because they know everything that is you.
That also is a little bit depressing, because if they're in a time loop and they have non-linear time and they can sort of choose where on the loop they want to be, and I haven't been visited, that means they know everything that I've done, and they're like, "Nah, I'm good."
Or
I'm gonna watch
maybe
you.
Or
you're
they're
not
just
ready
waiting.
yet.
So the other idea is everyone they like, and I like he as a, you know, as an experiencer and someone who has like long term, like he's like, I've been on UFOs, like, you know, he's just one of those people that have a lot of experiences, whether you believe them or not. And he would say that they are waiting and that they're trying to intercept us at a very specific time when we're about to depart linear time, and that we can like kind of meld together. That also goes on the idea that perhaps they're us in the future.
Thought they were
You know,
robots.
yeah, but the thing that's occupying the robot,
Yeah.
the consciousness that's in the robot, right? So they're kind of like aspects of ourselves, but like, you know, centuries from now. But so there's that, but then also that they're kind of coming in at the advent of AI,
Yeah.
with the idea of possibly they can't reveal themselves until AI becomes sentient, because they don't want their information to be incorporated into the creation of AI. So once it's
We have to
sentient,
do it on our own, like
Yeah,
we're
but
the
AI is so
primordial
dumb right
Jews.
now. Like when
I know, but we're talking exponential growth, Tim. So in 2 years, AI
Yeah.
might not be so dumb.
No, it
Uh,
is not. Like you're at 1993 level of AI, trust me.
yeah.
The
right,
amount of money and ground. Oh, by the way, just to give you an idea, like so it used to be 70% of the world's internet goes through Northern Virginia, right? Loudoun
Hmm.
County, all the everything up there. There's 12.8 gigawatts of power there. I know personally of 20 gigawatts they're trying to deploy right now in the next 18 months. And there's probably a lot more because I'm just know what projects I'm working on. And then
Hmm.
outside of that, like from Northern Virginia to Richmond, there's 50 gigawatts of power already slated for data centers. I'm just saying, like we're at a baby, and you're going to see protests on data centers. It's going to be nuts. And like I hate where people are like, well, the data centers are causing the power, or and the power companies are like, all these data centers are causing the power prices to go up. Are they? Because they're all those data centers are paying their power bills too. Like I just
Yeah.
say, like somebody's winning in this, and it's the power company.
Yeah, for real.
Uh,
yeah, they're
it,
building
it
$1 billion Google data center here in Roanoke.
that's one of a lot,
I
right?
know.
So like we're at 1993 and a half, halfway through 1993 of AOL.
So let's wrap it up. I think we got some
You didn't
material
get
here.
you didn't get into the communion thing. I interrupted you. Like what?
Oh, I mean, I sort of did. I mean, it's interesting stuff. I mean, it's just like his take. I mean, it's a long book. I'm listening it at 1.5 speed. So it's
That's
moving
pretty
pretty quick.
fast.
It's pretty fast. He talks very slow, but it's been, you know, it's interesting. What I like about it is he has a lot of information and he has like this long-term relationship with these grays, but he's also scared to death of them. Like, and he's like it's like he is optimistic about the interaction, but like he's like they're terrifying. And we fundamentally don't understand each other in some ways. And they are not, they're definitely holding back why they're here. Um for some reason. And so there's some theories as to why, but anyway, I think he's kind of a nice guy, and I like in like the Fourth Mind, he brings up a lot of paranormal stuff and is kind of linking them again, as everyone is doing these days, where like all paranormal things are the same thing, like whether it's like whether it's like levitation and telepathy and all this, and aliens and Bigfoot. He's like, it's like all the same thing. Like whether you're a voodoo priestess getting possessed by the Lao, or whether you are, like it's the same energy. And I don't know. It's kind of it's an interesting take from a guy who's been kind of doing it since the 80s.
I go back to the simulation thing, right? And I hear that for aliens and UFOs, like, or we're manifesting this right at the moment, right?
Sure, yeah.
I think there's a difference between manifestation and consensus reality. So consensus reality is that if everybody believes the same thing, that thing comes true, and maybe that's like aliens.
Look
now.
at group subjective reality.
Manifestation, people really think that like if you think about it, it'll come true. If I think about being a millionaire, I'll make $1 million. But what they don't realize is that if you want to manifest $1 million, that maybe the idea of how to make it will come into your brain, and you need to put in the blood, sweat, and equity to like make it happen.
Yeah, but it's still, but when you do it, you still like
you manifested it.
But after you do it, you're like, I manifested that, and yes, it was the work. But
you
like
manifested the opportunity to do the work.
Yeah.
Well, it'll present itself. It's intention and attention are the two things, right? Like, so whatever you
intention is huge too. You're right about that.
Yeah, and attention to do it, right? Like whatever you pay attention to will come. Like, I love the term, like you stare into the abyss, the abyss stares back, type of thing. But instead of like creepy way to think about it, it's also a good thing, right? Like whatever you focus on and put your mind. If you look around your room, whether it's the glass that you're drinking water out of, the table that your laptop's sitting on, the chair, the material on the chair, the clothes you're wearing, every single thing started as a thought in somebody's head. Whether they were forced to in their poor little factory in Vietnam, or it was a craftsman that crafted the table or whatever, everything in your life started as a thought. So again, with the manifestation thing, and I'll take it again, like it's not woo or magic or whatever. I mean, it is, but it isn't, but it is at the same time. Like you want to whittle.
What's the opposite of an energy vampire, where instead of sucking their energy, you project yours onto them?
Oh, it's terrible. What
is that?
That's what I do all summer. It's like that time I went in New York and I got my aura photographed, and there's this, it's really red, and there's this giant hole in the middle, and she's like, what are you, like a cop? I was like, is this old like 80-year-old Chinese woman? I was like, no. She's like, well, all I know is you work with like hundreds of people and they all take everything from you. Like all they do is steal all of your energy, and you have to stop that. And I was like, I work with
also, Chris, I think sometimes you are the Chick-fil-A nuggets with the toothpick in it that says, come take one.
I am a plate of free Chick-fil-A nuggets.
You need to take the toothpicks out of your nuggets, Chris, and you won't have that hole in you.
Or put more in them. Put glue on get something back from the people taking your nuggets.
Yeah, because what Nate doesn't do the toothpick. He now hands out toothpicks saying, put these in your chicken nuggets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But Nate also gets paid for it, so it's okay. I do it for free. So,
but you don't,
because Chris, you're giving up your nuggets. Nate is offering toothpicks to people.
Oh no, I force my nuggets on people. That's the difference. Like you know how many conference calls I'm on that people are like, "Wow, I really enjoyed your energy at that." You get what you put into anything, whether it's cooking.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's a skill. It's a skill.
I think it's also the difference between being there because you have to and being there to win. Nate is showing up to win, and Chris is showing up with 5 pre-stabbed chicken nuggets to hand out to the first people.
I'm showing up to like keep my 2-year-old alive.
You have younger kids, and that's what I was gonna say that. Like Ella's 22. She's out of the house. She's in a good place, right? Or she's doing her own thing. She's coming this way. She'll be in the East Coast in September at some point. But anyway, like, but here's the thing, like you lose that part of it. Like you have to protect, like Tim, you're
Yeah.
like, I'm worried about 2027 because I gotta keep these kids and this family going. And I gotta store my nuts and do all this stuff, and then I'm kind of like, well, aliens invade, they zap me up, all right, we'll see what happens in the next life or whatever the next,
Yeah.
the next thing that comes in.
So, closing thoughts.
Can we do some shout outs?
Go
Yes,
for it.
show us.
So, new fan, right? Neil was inspired enough from us. He has 6 episodes. He sent me one. He actually hasn't published it yet. He and his daughter are doing a podcast. It's
Oh,
called,
that's right. You mentioned that.
Well, let
Yeah.
us know. Can we share the link, or we're not there yet?
Yeah, well, I'll share the name and he sent me the first episode to get opinions on. I'll send it to you guys. It's very, very, very professional. He's a marketing executive. He talks about AI and stuff. The podcast is called Neil in Brief, and he's got 6 episodes. I'll shoot you guys that over. And shout out to Neil because he did a really good job on his first, like, remember our first episode? You
We
can't
got rid
find
of
it
it.
anywhere for
No
a
one's ever
reason.
heard. It's the
His
drunk reptilians episode.
Anyway, Neil and Brief has far surpassed us from ground zero, from starting, and I'll send it to you. He put a lot of thought into it and tried real hard. So it's really good. Very professional, has a lot of good points, and he and his daughter have a good vibe going. Anyway, that's my shout out.
Socials are dead. Let's just do Discord. Email
Are
us at wizard@dorfu.com. Socials are for suckers, except for the one.
Email lasts forever.
Email lasts forever. We take jokes, we take compliments. Oh, David, also known as Rat Funk, that we met through the What Magic Is This community, has emailed us. It's always good to hear from him. So thanks for reaching out. He took a remote viewing class forever ago and was sharing his experiences with that. So thank you
Mitch
for listening.
Horowitz just posted on Instagram. He was with Joe McMoneagle. He went to the Monroe Institute finally.
McMoneagle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that awesome? I
That
need
is
to
cool.
write him a letter.
We've been to the same places, mainly Nate. So anyway, it's a community, so be a part of it.
No, wait, we got to go to our place, don't we?
Not anymore, because I'm the one that has the joke. So
I have a
Yeah.
joke too.
I also we can just make a joke and not have to go to the ranch.
all right,
place.
so this
okay.
old man walks into his doctor and he says, "I got the weirdest problem. My farts don't make a noise and they don't stink. I can't stop farting and I can't hear them and I can't smell them. And you know what? As much of a blessing as you think that is, I just want to make sure there's nothing wrong with me." And the doctor says, "You know what? I've experienced this before. Here's some pills. Come back in a week." So the old man takes the pills, goes home, and comes back in a week. And he says, "Doctor, I think you messed up. You gave me the wrong pills because I can't hear my farts, but now they stink. I don't know why I'm taking a step backwards because before it didn't smell like anything." And the doctor said, "Now that I fixed your sinuses, let's work on your hearing." Anyway, that joke's really about aliens if you think about it. So sit with that one. Email us, wizard@dorfu.com.
Nice.
So,
you can also find all of our episodes. You can access a lot of our episodes.
AAOpodcast.com.
Yeah, we have a website,
I forgot about that.
podcast.com, not just the Dwarf one, which also still works.
I did tell you my adult continuing education class I'm taking in psychology.
Oh yeah.
They've been showing. Here's the thing. I'm busy. I don't study that much. I don't know who Rorschach is, and I still don't know why he paints so many pictures of Dad being disappointed in me.
It's true. It's true.
Too close to home. Anyway, AAOpodcast.com, wizard@dorfu.com.
I thought it was.
If you email us, we'll send you a link for the Discord. We'll make it happen. Anyway.